Following the Second World War, the United Nations approved a two-state solution to end the Arab-Jewish clash taking place in Palestine. In the aftermath of the Arab-Israeli War, the International Zionist Movement established the independent Jewish state of Israel. International borders were defined by the 1949 Armistice Agreement. During the Six-Day War, Israeli forces captured the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, territories of pre-1948 Palestine, and gained control of the eastern half of Jerusalem. Israel imposed a ruthless settler and military occupation in the region and followed a policy of ethnic cleansing against the Palestinians, who were systematically expelled from Judea and Samaria. In 2005, Israel ceded full effective internal control of the Palestinian territory to the Palestinian Authority, ending 38 years of occupation. Following Prime Minister Ariel Sharon's 2003 disengagement plan, Israeli forces carried out a unilateral withdrawal from the Gaza Strip. In July, Israel previously dismantled all military bases and Jewish settlements in the area. However, the Israeli army remained in control of Gaza's borders and effectively repressed free movement of people and goods. All border crossings became checkpoints. Ultimately, Israel kept control of land borders, territorial waters, and airspace. The end result was the construction of a wall, a physical barrier between Gaza, Israel, and the West Bank. The Gaza Strip, one of the most densely populated places on earth, is considered to be an open-air prison to 1.4 million Palestinian Muslims and Christians living in 130 square miles. Moreover, 60% of the population live under the poverty level of $2 per day, and 80% of Palestinians live in refugee camps to which the United Nations delivers health, education, and other humanitarian services. Following the blueprint for Israel's total disengagement from the Gaza Strip, the Israeli government handed over power to the Palestinian Authority under Mahmoud Abbas' moderate and pragmatic leadership. However, there remain substantially divergent political views between the PLO and rival Palestinian militant groups. Indeed, the Islamic Jihad and Hamas both opposed the 1993 Oslo agreements and did not comply with the Quartet 2003 Roadmap for Peace. When Hamas won parliamentary elections over the Fatah movement in January 2006, Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, asked Hamas for a political partnership to form the next government. But in reality, Hamas, the largest Palestinian militant Islamist movement, is considered to be a terrorist organization by the international community.
The United States does not support political parties that want to destroy our ally Israel.
When Hamas used to sign up to these principles, Western nations subsequently imposed an aid boycott on the Hamas government.
For the time being, there are no payments to or through the Palestinian Authority.
Because the new Hamas-led Palestinian government has failed to accept the Quartet principles of nonviolence, recognition of Israel, and respect for previous agreements between the parties, the United States is suspending assistance to the Palestinian government's cabinet and ministries.
The Israeli blockade and the 2006 international boycott had devastating consequences for the Palestinian economy. In May 2006, seeing that Fatah and Hamas had not achieved national unity, Mahmoud Abbas gave the Hamas-led government 10 days to accept a plan for a Palestinian state to exist alongside Israel. However, former Prime Minister of the Palestinian National Authority, Ismail Haniyeh, announced that Israel must first end its occupation of the Palestinian territories before getting peace. The Israeli beach attack resulting in the killing of civilians sparked the 2006 Israel-Gaza conflict. Then in June, Palestinian militants tunneled under Gaza's heavily protected borders. Captured an Israeli soldier. The armed wing of Hamas, the Qassam brigades, demanding the release of all Palestinian women and children from Israeli jails. Then the Israel Air Force conducted strikes throughout the Gaza Strip in an operation called Summer Rain. Israel targeted Palestinian insurgency strongholds as well as 3 bridges and a power station. Palestinian gunners responding by firing Qassam short-range missiles into Israel. Israel launched missile attacks and destroyed all Qassam factories. By then, the Gaza economy was on the verge of collapse. After months of failed negotiations to form a government of national unity, Abbas took the political gamble of trying to end the conflict through new elections. In December 2006, Hamas accused Abbas of launching a coup. Rival Fatah and Hamas factions started exchanging gunfire in the Gaza Strip. In June 2007, Salam Fayyad was appointed Prime Minister of the Palestinian National Authority on the grounds of national emergency. On June 13th, Hamas gained control of the central government, the National Security Compound, and intelligence headquarters. Following day, Abbas dismantled the Hamas-Fatah coalition and called for a state of emergency. Immediately, the new government outlawed the Hamas militias. However, to secure international recognition, Hamas called for amnesty during its first day of rule. On June 15th, the Karni and Rafah border crossings were closed. The Gaza Strip was now completely sealed. The emergency Palestinian cabinet under Salam Fayyad would now only operate from the West Bank. The United States and Israel agreed to take action to double the economic pressure on Gaza under Hamas rule. Gaza is currently isolated from the rest of the world, and it has stopped receiving gas, electricity, and water from Israel. Growing tensions have raised fears of a possible civil war. Jaime Sotomayor reporting for Soleil News.